Hey guys, so today I'll be doing a reading on what makes you attractive. Before we get started on what makes you so fine, I want you all to know that I appreciate you watching today, for giving me the thumbs up, for sharing and subscribing. All of that is support for this channel. Um, like I said, I already pre-shuffled all of the decks and I already laid out all of the pals. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So with pal 1, we have you're attractive because you're spontaneous and that you're a very good leader. You also respect everybody that's around you and that you work with, because you know that that is something that requires you to be a good leader. You can't be a good leader if you look down on people and you just treating them any type of way, cause you get your ass whooped. So therefore, it's pretty cool to be that way, and it's attractive to be that way. Also, you could be a very great dresser. You could dress bright. You could be different. You could be different and eccentric in your style. You could make sure you go to the spots and do the things that most people wouldn't do because you're spontaneous. You're adventurous. You could be multi-talented. You could like to sing. You could like to do karaoke. You could like to dance. You might attract the opposite sex or even the same sex, whatever you're into, to you very easily. People could see that, and that makes you attractive because for some reason people love to move towards the person that everybody else wants. I feel like it's some type of game for most people, but you're intelligent enough to be unbreakable and someone that's unstoppable, so you're not anybody's fool. um you could be a fire sign. You could be an Aries, Leo. Also, you, like I said before, you love to sing. You like to see the brighter side in things as well. You could also have tattoos. And you're resilient. So whenever you go through things, you know how to find the best solution to get the best outcome. Reason why you're a good team player, and reason why you're a good leader, because you also walked in the shoes of people that's been through some things. So it's way easier for you to teach than it would be for someone who never went through those experiences. And that's very attractive, of course, because somebody that's relatable and someone who can be vulnerable with the people that they're communicating with is always someone that people drool over. So that's very attractive to have somebody, around that can relate to you. Even if you haven't been through certain things, most likely you're very intuitive and you can easily relate to people without going through the situations. Also, pile 1 in your cards, we have a lot of masculine energy. So you could be a dominant female or a dominant male. But you also have a very nourishing side, like I said before, that will allow you to be a team player, that will allow you to be nourishing and compassionate to the people that surround you. So this is what I have for you in group 1. I appreciate you for staying with me through it all. I hope that you like, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about the reading in the comments, please. Like I said, I appreciate you. And now I'm going to move on to group 2. I hope you enjoy your day. Also, if you feel like you're more than just this amount of information, you should feel free to go ahead and pick another pal. I was about to say deck. But yes, feel free. Now I'm going to move on to pal 2. Have a good one. How you doing, pal 2? So today we're doing a reading on what makes you attractive. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I appreciate you coming today. So we have positive thinking. In positive thinking, it also has this lady watering her own garden. So you're someone who makes sure that you see the brighter side in things and grow from everything that you ever went through. That's very attractive because nobody likes the Debbie Downer in the room. Nobody likes the person that's always sad unless they sad too. So it fits. But you can be very empathic and forgiving. So people are drawn to someone who can relate to them. Someone who can cheer them up, of course, especially if they're sad and down. You could be safe, lovable. You have a safe aura about you, so people will feel free to come to you without, thinking that you're gonna talk crap about them once they get done talking to you. Also, you could have very high self-esteem and self-worth. That's attractive. You could have tattoos and really nice hair and piercing eyes. You could be very romantic, and when you have a spouse, you probably nourish them and cherish them and make them feel very special and wanted. You probably love to dress up with them and dress them up, spoil them. You could be someone who goes through transitions easily just because you have such a positive attitude, so it helps you vibrate very high. You know how to balance your emotions and your intellect so that you can move through life with ease without, either using too much intellect or using your emotions too much. So some people can be very emotional and they only react off of that. You have a balance of reacting on your emotions and your intellect. So that's very attractive because people know that you won't be the so people know that you wouldn't be the one that's flipping out on people. If you need to use your intellect, you will use it, but you won't use it to where someone will feel dumb or feel like they're being overpowered. You because you know how to use your emotions with the way that you speak, so the person feels invited and not repelled because oh my god, this person is using all these big ass words. Okay. And you also could have very radiant skin. You could just have a radiance about your aura in your health. You probably eat healthy. Also you could be very strong. With all the positivity, you still have a side of you that if you need to, shit could get real, okay? You could be somebody that's tough but loving and caring and compassionate, and that's a triple threat. That's all in one. You could be very talented and just full. So group two, so you could just be full of life and care for all of the people that surround you. You have a lot of love to give, but you also could stand up for the people that surround you to make sure that nobody gets taken advantage of. That's very attractive to have somebody that cares about everybody, that knows how to stand up for themselves and has lots of self-worth. And not to mention fine, okay? Okay, we all fine in our own ways, of course. So, group two, if you feel like you can relate to this reading, can you please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment letting me know exactly who you are? Okay, no, not exactly, but give me a little rundown, a little description. Okay. If you feel like this reading was too short for you, go ahead and pick you another pal. I mean, don't be afraid. I don't bite unless you some food. Now let me go ahead and get back to it. And I know you heard my stomach growl, but I don't care because I'm going to get done with this reading because I put my best foot forward first. And that's exactly what you do because you're somebody who gives your best every single time that you do something. You could be someone that's an overachiever. Reason why you like to learn so much because you're not going to just be stepping out there just any type of way. You probably are a very great dresser. You probably like have really nice hair, good skin. Could be fair skin or dark, or in between. Whichever one doesn't really matter because all of us in all races of all kinds is fine. And you could be somebody that invites everybody just because you know that inviting everybody will bring you lots of knowledge. You're not just about to get knowledge from one culture or one religion or one race because you know that being open-minded will get you more. Being open-minded will get you more places. You know how to listen to your inner self and your intuition so that you can gain more clarity for fruition. So you bring in a lot of abundance. You know how to detach from things that's not healthy for you. You probably are. It's also someone that likes to be alone. You could be a dancer as well. So you're a very creative person, very fiery person, very fierce. Someone who uplifts people and that is full of knowledge. So, group three, if you relate to this reading, can you please leave me a like? Subscribe to my channel if you like the vibe as well. And leave me a comment down below letting me know what your creative talents is. I'm interested. How you doing today, group four? So I already pre-shuffled and laid out your pal. I'm going to go ahead and get started on what makes you attractive. You could be my spiritual group. You could be someone who loves to go out in nature, who loves to meditate, to go inside of yourself to get clarity and to get answers and to get wisdom. You could love to be around animals, and like to learn about magical things, mythical things. You could be someone who has really great taste in the way that you decorate your home and your environment. So people could come to you for, like, hey, do you think this would look good here, or do you think this would look good on me? Like, people could come to you for insight on things that are beautiful and things that look good. Also, you could be someone that is very visually pleasing but also have a simple style to yourself. But since you are so beautiful, you don't really need to do too much, because sometimes people that is beautiful is naturally doing too much to others. So you keep things simple, and you're very fair with the way that you do things. You make sure you are not an unfair person, or just be swayed by what someone looks like or what someone has to make your decision on doing the right thing. You could be very sacred. You could have something sacred about you. You could be very divine. You could be a divine feminine or a divine masculine with very angelic ways, angelic traits. But you do fight for what you believe in. You do believe in telling the truth. You do believe in being someone that is always looking at the bigger picture. So when you see the bigger picture, you can easily put yourself in both parties' shoes. If you're trying to give advice, you can put yourself in both parties' shoes so they can get the right information that they need to move forward. Also, you could be a very idealistic partner. You could be someone that others view as rare, as a rarity, as somebody that you can't come across easily. You know your worth, and you are willing to wait for the right partner to come along to match your energy. And that's attractive, because if you're someone that settles for less, then of course you're not going to be happy, and that kind of reflects that you don't love yourself as much as you possibly can. So you're someone that has a lot of self-love, that can be alone, that actually needs to be alone. Also, just because you dress simple don't mean you don't switch it up and get elegant, or you do dress up and clean up nicely. So you could switch it up at any time. You could be elegant or you could be simple. It's basically off of what everybody else theme is. You don't like to go to places overdressed. You probably don't really like to draw attention to yourself, just because you're someone. You don't have to be alone, but you do enjoy your alone time. And people find that attractive because it's a lot of people in the world that needs to be around other people. So it's attracting. People are drawn to the mysterious person. People are drawn to the person that doesn't need to be at the party. You're probably someone that people invites to parties a lot, and you don't go because you rather, be out in nature, enjoying nature, or enjoying an animal, or learning something. So if you resonate with this, pal, can you please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below? Thank you so much for watching today. So I appreciate you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the donations. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your attractive ass day. See ya.